Option 1 training with Zoo Printing's branded website program. So today we're going to be going over the different features and functionalities of the Eon workflow and what you can do in the backend application whenever you download it. So first I'm going to show you where you guys could download the Eon workflow and actually get the serial number as well. So you could do that by logging into your branded website account on Zoo Printing, going to the Resources tab, go to Dashboard Download, and once you're over here, this is where you could download Adobe Air. Make sure you have the latest version. Download your Eon workflow, and once you download the Eon workflow, copy and paste this serial number onto the application. Once you do this, it'll connect your website to the Eon workflow application, and at that point you could log into your account. You could track all the customers that are registered for your website, track the orders that have been placed for your website, and even transfer orders over to Zoo Printing. So once you have that squared away, you can open up your Eon workflow application, which is this right here on your screen. Now the first thing that we're going to go over is how to search an order in the order management. Now, as you can see, whenever you log in, you have a list of all the orders that are pending in your system right on your screen. So whenever you see this yellow circle over here, that means the job is pending and that you still have to work on it, approve it, and then transfer the order over to Zoo Printing. Or if you're going to keep the order in-house, you have that option as well. But if you see a yellow circle, that means you do need to work on the job. Then you have the order number, you have the printing location, the turnaround time, department, quantity, product, size, paper, color, and the coding. Okay, so to search up a job in your system, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is press Command F if you're on a Mac, Control F if you're on a PC, and when you do that, the search window will appear on your screen, and you'll see the first thing on the drop down is the order number. So you could actually search by the job ID, so from one of these numbers over here in the order number column. So if you know a job number, you could just enter the job number and it will bring up that job specifically. You could also search between dates. So maybe you want to see the amount of orders that were placed in a certain period of time and you want the full list on your screen. So you could do that by going to the calendar, selecting the starting date. I'll just go to the beginning of the year, January 1st, and it is December 12th today, so I'll use that as the ending date and press search. Now once you do that, you'll see a list of all the orders that were placed throughout the year are going to appear on your screen. Now I'll go ahead and select one of these jobs. And you can see once you select the job, you get more information that appears on your screen. So the first is the main info tab. This is where you can see your customer's information, basically their contact number, their contact email, where they're located. In the middle of the page you get the payment info, so the total cost of the job. And on the right hand side of the screen over here, you get the order date and you get the due date. You have the pre-press tab where you can see if your customer requested a proof. So if you log into your account and you see online PDF proof $5, at that point you know your customer requested a proof from you. So you have to pre-flight file and then send your customer a proof for their approval before you transfer the order over to Zoo Printing. And we'll get to over how that works after I go over these tabs. Then you have the printing tab where you can see the specifications of the job again. So same information that is listed up here. You have the finishing tab, cutting tab, bindery tab where you can see any costs associated with bindery. So if it's brochures with folding, the folding would appear here, or business cards with rounded cornering, the rounded cornering would appear here, and then you see the cost associated with it as well. Then you have the shipping tab where you can see the shipping method that your customer selected and the ship to destination as well. You have the mailing tab. If the job does have mailing, that information would appear here. the postage and the inkjet, all that information would appear in this section. So currently it is blank, but when you do have a mailing job, there will be more information here for you to review. And then you have the history tab. So anytime someone's worked on the job, or as it's moving through the stages from pre-press, impose, whatever it may be, it is going to get marked over here, so you could track it as well. Now, let's just say you're working on one of these jobs and you want to add an additional fee to the order itself. Maybe it's printing related, or you work on the customer's files. You could actually add additional charges to the job itself. So we'll go back to the pre-press tab. Let's just say you help design your customer's artwork and you want to charge them for that service. So what you would do is go to department fees, and you'll notice that the other tabs have it as well. But we'll go back to the pre-press tab. You could actually add another line, select the highlighted area, and put what you're charging your customer for. And then put the amount that you want to charge. So whenever you add that, you'll see the cost updates over here. And it also updates on the main info page. So whenever we go back and then remove that selected line, the cost updates as well. Now only do this if you have no other means of actually charging your customer, but you're more than welcome to go into the actual Eon workflow and do exactly what I just did as well. So we'll go back to the proofing process at this point. So like I said, you go to the pre-press tab and you see that your customer selected a proof. So you have to pre-flight a file and then send your customer a proof for their approval. Now, when you see this, what you have to do, the first thing you have to do is go up to the Site Utilities tab and then go to File Manager. Now, whenever you go to File Manager, this window will appear on your screen. And when it does come up, the Eon Workflow Dashboard File Manager window, you'll get a list of all the orders that are pending in your system with a folder right next to it. Now, as you can see, I have an order number here. These orders that you see on your screen are all just test orders that we made, so they're not actual orders. So there is one folder over here for you guys to review. So whenever you open up this folder, just double click on it. You'll see there's more folders in the folder. So you have the mailing list folder, the proof folder, design uploads, thumbnail, design proofs, and the uploads folder. Whenever your customer submits artwork on your website, their artwork will go into the uploads folder. So whenever I open the uploads folder, you'll see that there's a file in here. So at this point, you have to download the file, which you could do so on the bottom right hand portion of the window. It says download. At that point, you have to make sure the file is print ready, so make sure it's the correct size. If it's a 4-color job, make sure it's in 4 colors and not an RGB, things like that. Once everything is good to go, you're going to go back to the previous page. So you could go do that by selecting up one folder. And at this point, go into the proof folder, which should have no files in there because you haven't uploaded a proof at this point. And then upload the proof that you have on your computer. And there's an upload button right here on the right hand portion of the window. Now, once the file is in the proof folder, at that point you could just close out the window. And make sure on the main info page that the department is set to pre-press. Change the status to proof email sent, which is right here, and save the order. Now, once you save the order, you've just saved the status. You just want to make sure everything is in place before you send your customer a proof for their approval. But once everything is good to go, you uploaded the file into the proof folder. At that point, you have to send your customer a notification that their proof is ready. So on the bottom right hand portion of the Eon workflow, you'll see that there's a tab that says Send Email. So when you select Send Email, You have a pre-built email ready to go. You don't have to update any of the information in here. Whenever you send the email, it'll automatically grab your customer's information and their proof information and then go directly to your customer. All you have to do is press send email and you're good to go. So at that point, you just have to wait for your customer to approve their artwork, and then you could transfer the order over to Zoo Printing. So once you send the proof and your customer approves the proof, whenever you log back into your Eon workflow, the department is going to be set to impose and status is going to be not started. So at that point, you know your customer approved the proof and you're ready to transfer the order over to Zoo Printing. So what you would do at that point is select the hold status, which should be on pending approval, set it to approved, save the order again, make sure everything is in place, and then you could transfer the order over to Zoo Printing. Now, this, like I said, is just a test order. We haven't paid for the job, so we can't transfer the order over to Zoo Printing, but a new window would appear on your screen with the information that you're going to be sending over to Zoo Printing. So you could actually, if there's a coupon code that's on the Zoo website, you could add it on whenever you're transferring the order. So you'll get a discount on the job. So you'll make more of a profit on the job, and that won't go directly to your customer. You could override your customer shipping method. Maybe they chose ground and it's a 3-day ship to their location and you wanted to get there a little bit sooner. You could override it. And you could add a comment for our pre-press department. So if you have any questions or concerns regarding the artwork, you could leave a little comment in the pre-press comment section. Okay. Now, once you do that, everything is good to go with your order. As we update it through our system, you'll get actual updates in your system. So if we move it to the printing stage on our end, let's just say, your system will update to the printing stage as well. So your customer could log into their account and actually see the status of the job itself. Okay. And if you do decide to keep the order in-house, or maybe you decide to outsource this to another company, you could do that as well. Just go through that same exact process that we just went through without ever transferring the order. So let's just say you print the order in-house. Once the job is complete and ready to go, you would select the department tab, set the order as complete, obviously ship the order to your customer, make sure they receive it, and then just save as complete and you're good to go, and the order should drop off at that point. Let me just put it back to what it was. And if you guys do have any questions regarding the process, whenever an order is placed on your website, you're more than welcome to actually call in and we could guide you through this process as well. Okay? So the next thing that we're going to go over is how to issue a coupon. Now you could also issue coupons on your option 1 sites by going up to the Utilities tab, which is right next to the Site Utilities tab where we went to the File Manager. And then go to Coupons. And once you select Coupons, a new window is going to appear on your screen. And it should say Coupons right here. So to actually make a new coupon, you're going to select the New tab, and then the coupon details are going to appear on your screen. So this is where you could give it a name or a code. We'll do code 1111. Description, we'll do business card coupon. You could choose a sales group, so you could have it set to any active customer, any customer that's registered on your website. Or maybe you have a special customer and you only want them to be able to use it. You could set it as an invisible coupon. And then you could give the code to your that specific customer, and they're the only ones that are going to be able to use it. You could select the product. So currently it is set on all products, but I set the description to business card coupon. So I'd have to go through this, find the business cards, which is right here, select an amount. I could do 10%. You could also do dollar amounts, but we recommend doing percentage amounts. Choose the starting date, and you could choose the ending date, so the rest of December. And you could also select the number of uses per company. So you could also make it unlimited, just set it to 1,000. Once everything is good to go, you just press save, and the coupon will save over here on the left-hand side of the screen. But let's just say you want to delete that coupon, you have that option as well. Just select it and go to delete and continue, and the coupon has been removed at this point. Next thing that we'll go over is how to search clients in your client management system. So what you're going to do is go up to the Client Management tab and select Clients. So whenever you select Clients, the Clients window will appear on your screen. Again, it says Clients over here. But you'll notice the information is blank on the left-hand side of the screen. So you have a couple different ways that you could actually search the clients in your backend system. So again, you're going to press Command F if you're on a Mac to bring up the search window, Control F if you're on a PC. When you do that, search window appears. You could search by using your customer's client ID. If you know that, you could search by their company name, their email address. But what we're going to do is look for a list of all the customers that are registered for your website. So to do that, you're going to go to the drop down and select company name. Leave the search window blank and press enter. And then when you do that, a list of all the customers that are registered for your website will appear on your left-hand side of the screen. So I'll go ahead and select one of these accounts so you can see what appears on your screen. So again, it's just the basic company information for the customer that's registered for your website, their client information. You could add red flags over here, so notes specifically for this customer. If they're a problem customer or whatever it may be, you enter the notes over here and just save it. If you want to offer your customer a terms account so they pay at the end of the month, you could set them to a net 30. But if you want your website to be prepay, you could also set their accounts to prepay. So that means they have to pay you before you could even transfer the order over to us. But if you set net 30, a terms account, your customer doesn't pay you, but whenever you go to transfer the order over to Zoo Printing, you have to pay us the trade cost. Okay, then you're going to be in charge of actually collecting the funds at the end of the month. You'll have to contact the customer and then go about that your own. Okay. Now to go back to an order again, I'm going to show you how to issue house credit. Again, this job hasn't been paid for, so the same exact things won't appear on my screen that will appear on your screen whenever you're going to issue a house credit. So it says there is a balance due of $70.45. That won't be the case whenever you log into your dashboard and pull up an order. It's going to show that the total payment was $70.45. But to issue the house credit, you would basically enter the same amount that your customer initially paid for the job, enter it in the discount section, and then when you click out of it, a button will appear here that says add credit. And then when you add the credit, you could issue it back as house credit to their account, and then they could use for a future job. But if you'd like to do a refund back to the credit card, you will have to go through authorize.net. Unfortunately, you can't issue refunds through the Eon workflow, so you'll have to go to the authorize.net website and then issue a refund back to your customer's credit card there. But through the Eon workflow, you could give back a house credit, but they'll have to use that credit with your website. Okay. And then if you just want to double check everything, you could go up to the house credits tab, which is under accounting. So you go to accounting and then go to house credits. And then when you do that, your house credit order number should appear here with a checkbox next to it. And all you're going to do is just make sure it's approved and save it. And then the house credit will go into your customer's account. So this is where you can verify the amount that you gave is correct and that the house credit went through. And then at that point, once the order is completely canceled and you issued a house credit, you could go up to the accounting tab, then go to invoices, and you could actually search specific order numbers. So I'll just search the order number that we are currently on. And then the order will appear on your screen, and this is where you basically see the invoice. You can see how much your customer paid. If you gave a house credit back to your customer, you could also see that on your invoices screen. Now, the last thing that we're going to go over is how to do customizations to your website. Now, customizations are entirely on your end, so if you know how to do customizations through HTML or CSS, you're more than welcome to go into the backend application and do the customizations yourself. We do provide you customization guides to assist you in this process. Or if you'd like, you could hire someone to do those customizations for you. So it's completely up to you. Unfortunately, at the moment, we are not offering a customization service, so that's something that you really need to think about if you want your site to look different than what's originally given to you. But if you would like to do customizations, you do have access to that, and you could go up to the Site Utilities tab, go to Site Manager, and once you do that, this window will appear on your screen. You'll see all these different tabs up here. So here's where the page content is, the images, where you could update the logo, your banners, the style sheets for the CSS, and so on. Now, also here is where you could update the cost for individual products under the Product Manager tab. And when you go over here, all the products should appear on your screen with all the different SKUs. Now, you could update the cost over here by selecting one of these products and then changing the price over here on the right hand side of the screen. Now, if you're going to do this, only do it for certain individual products and not all the products on your website, because at certain points in time you're going to have to rerun the markup on your website, and that will erase any custom markups that you manually enter yourself. Okay. Now you may ask, oh, why do you need to rerun the markups on your website? Every now and then, whenever Zoo updates its pricing on our website, it doesn't automatically update on your website. So we let you update the pricing on your website as many times as you want throughout the year. You just need to let us know. But like I said, so if you're going to do the manual updates for the markups, only do it for your niche products or what's ordered most frequently from your website. So that sums up today's training. So if you guys do have any questions, feel free to call the Branded Website Department. We are available from 7 to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if we are not available, just leave a voicemail and one of us will get into contact with you. Have a good day, and look forward to hearing from you guys.